Soca music was born in the Caribbean and inspired the UK.
I can't go a day without hearing the soca music or creating soca.
In between which of that, Bon Jovi, The Who, Kendrick Lamar, they want me to play soca music for 20 minutes.
With popularity in the UK growing since the 80s, some believe it's only a matter of time before soca's in the spotlight.
You go through crawling, walking, and then you start running. And I mean, at the moment, I believe that the UK soca scene is running.
There was this music playing that I loved, and I didn't feel like I was like a baby amongst all these old fogies. These are all my people my age.
But how far are soca stars willing to detach soca from its musical roots as they embrace British culture?
I have some projects where I'm involved in British culture where I said so. I'm doing I have a collaboration with grime artist Screw Fizzle.
Will this truly be enough, or will soca stars cease to shine?
I don't think soca would ever be a sellout in this country or in any country in Europe.
In the 1980s, the landscape of music in the Caribbean was about to change forever. After generations of music focused on storytelling, politics and consciousness, a genre was about to be born which refused to hold back from inhibitions. Focused on partying and drinking, soca was a fearless sound, unafraid to tackle explicit themes.
My body boy, rock up on my body boy. But my body boy, rock up on my body boy. Rock it, hey, in the club we come out to party. No one's too under, no one classy.
The thing soca and calypso as a whole, when it started coming to being in the 80s, the whole music scene in Trinidad changed from calypso and kaiso to soca. So the people who goes to Trinidad and come back here from other parts of the world bring it here.
Joy and freedom and happiness, you know what I mean? Because that's what soca music is all about. It's about feeling good about yourself, enjoying yourself, drinking rum.
Soca music or singing soca, I wouldn't say you have to have an accent, but the accent makes it soca because of the way you put in the words. If you put the words like, oh yeah, jump and wave your hands, it's different to jump up and wave your hand.
3 essences that make soca music, and that's jump, whine, wave.
If you're not singing in within those categories, those little lines, the song wouldn't really get as much play because that's what people want to hear. They want to hear to get on bad, put their hands in the air, you know, go to the bar, buy a drink, put your drinks up, that sort of stuff. A lot of people are just coming into it. Maybe their grandparents are from there. They don't really know much about the culture. The feeling is different. The feeling is different. You have to grow up on it.
Growing up in the UK, Martin J never got that chance. But a life-changing trip to Grenada would spark his passion for soca music, see him dubbed a prince, and provide the first national platform for soca music in the UK.
Easter 1985. My mum took me and my brother on holiday to see my grandfather in Grenada. Grandfather always used to say to me, make sure you get the red bus, which is Brother Triton's bus. So you know there's not going to be no banging music on it. And this yellow bus used to be passing, and I remember hearing, bus up, Chatoy. And I'm thinking, I want to go on that bus. But I know my granddad's going to be vexed if I go on that bus. One day I said, ciao, I'm going on it. And I sat down on that bus, and Danny bust some tunes. I actually recognised this could be for me. You know what I mean? I don't have to be listening to, back in them days, what was soul and, you know, the beginnings of R&B and that kind of lovers rock and that kind of thing. Although I love that music still, there was this music playing that I loved, and I didn't feel like I was like a baby amongst all these old fogies. These are all my people my age. 23 years on Choice every Sunday night. In the late 80s, it was like, what is young boy doing playing soca music? It was music for, you know, your auntie and your uncle. It wasn't seen as a young person's music. And they used to give me so much encouragement, which is important. But I remember them to this day, you know, they say, boy, keep on doing what you're doing. And I've got the crown and it says the Prince, and I remain the Prince because I always believe there's that little bit further that you can aspire to. There's that little bit further that you can go. I'm now at a position where I've got to do that for the youngsters, you know? I've got to make sure that I encourage them.
And perhaps Martin had succeeded. In 2000, soca group The Baha Men released Who Let the Dogs Out, which peaked at number 2 in the UK singles charts. But not only had soca impacted the UK had an impact on soca, as the once traditional sounds were being compromised by Western culture.
Calypso music, which was traditional iron section, rhythm section with brass, bass, trumpets, you know, everything. And then then you've got the modern area where everyone start using Pro Tools, so they start using a lot of digital audio workstations. You've now got the electro sounds now, the synths and everything else are now coming into soca, and they're finding their way into soca, and the synths are now replacing some elements like the brass, the bass, everything will start using synths instead.
Although soca changed, it has not seen the same success as other subcultures such as grime, dubstep and house music.
Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down.
One artist is hoping to change this by further altering the genre.
A lot of the times people assume soca or associate soca just for jumping, waving, whining and not more. So that was one of my first, my aims as an artist was to create soca music with content. So it's growing, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
Trini Boy Juicy has grown up in Trinidad and the UK and always tries to integrate British culture into his music. After making the tough decision to give up teaching, he has become one of the biggest UK soca artists within the scene. He now aims to integrate more British culture within soca for it to appeal to a wider audience.
Soca viral's never been done before. We're doing freestyles on soca rhythms and putting it out, similar to what you might see on SBTV, Link Up TV, in order to push the barrier beyond. So not only the people who go to Carnival, but the people who listen to lyrics, who likes rap, who likes freestyle, but who also likes soca and culture. So that's what we're doing right now. Don't watch me, I don't watch you, boy, go watch the woman. Everything I win, boy, you're after. You an actor, you deserve BAFTA. Lyrically I come like a papa.
But not everybody shares the same vision as Trini Boy and are more skeptical about the success of soca in the UK.
See, soca is not a big seller, so let's face it, anywhere else but in Trinidad, I wouldn't even say it's in the Caribbean. It's not like reggae that Bob Marley put it on the map and it took off. It never got off the ground. It was never marketed the right way in the first place. So now it is just another form of music, but it's not a hit form of music as far as the Western world is concerned. I think it's the promotions and people who promote soca in this country are not ambitious enough, or probably ain't got the money to promote it the way it should be promoted.
Media house Trinis in London are aware of the promotional failures that prevented soca from being as successful in the past, but believes modern tools could be the game changer soca needs.
If people not knowing what's going on, one, if it's not being seen by people who are not there, two, if the international community that plug into things like Facebook and YouTube not getting to see what's happening, three, I think it will all have a negative effect on the scene. So I see us playing a more pivotal role in the background for keeping the eyes of the public on soca, on the scene, on the mass, on the pan, on the people, on the personalities that create this whole demographic.
Soca has come a long way from its Caribbean heritage as it daringly infuses with Western cultures. While a lack of promotion may have prevented soca from being as popular as other genres from the Caribbean, media houses, artists and soca veterans are ready to give the soca scene one last push. With Trini Boy leading the charge, he is certain that for soca, this will not be the last song.
I just hope, I can continue to make mature music, mature soca, and it can relate or help somebody who are going through something, I just need to make sure I stick to my journey and keep grinding and keep pushing in order to get to where I believe I deserve to be, and which is up there.